Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sena Nashwari Ferin. You can call me Sena, and I'm from Group A Chemistry A. Today, I will present a topic titled The Development of Islamic Civilization in Africa. This presentation was supervised by Professor Dr. Haji Munirul Abidin from Maulana Malik Ibrahim State Islamic University of Malang. In this presentation, I would like to explain the rich history of Islamic civilization in Africa. I will talk about how Islam entered Africa, the influential Islamic kingdoms, and their lasting contribution. Let's begin our journey through centuries of faith, science, and culture. First part, background and objective. Islam came to Africa in the 7th century. It strongly influenced religion, politics, economy, and society. My presentation has 3 objectives. First, to understand how Islam entered Africa. The second, to identify important Islamic kingdoms. And last, to explain their contribution to civilization. The next part is entry of Islamic into Africa. The first, migration to Abyssinia. In 615 AD, Prophet Muhammad ordered the migration to escape Quraysh pressure. Ja'far bin Abi Thalib led the Muslims, finding protection under King Najasyi. The second, North African conquest. Caliph Umar bin Khattab forces conquered North Africa in the 7th century. Islam spread rapidly through Berber tribes and established trade networks. And the third, West Africa scholars. Scholars like Abdullah ibn Yasin introduced Islam to West Africa in the 11th century. He founded the influential Al-Murabitun movement, promoting Islamic teachings. The next part is influential Islamic kingdoms. The first, Murabitun and Muwahhidun. This dynasty controlled vast lands from Morocco to Spain. They became major centers for the gold trade, connecting African resources with European markets. The second, Mali kingdoms. Mansa Musa, its famous king, undertook a lavish hajj. Timbuktu flourished as a center of prosperity and learning under his rule. The third, Songhai Kingdom. Under Askia Muhammad, Songhai became a hub for Islamic science and law. Its universities attracted scholars from across the Muslim world. And the fourth, Kilwa Sultanate. Kilwa dominated as African coastal trade. It was a vital link in the Indian Ocean trade routes, connecting Africa with Asia and the Middle East. The next part is contribution to Islamic civilization. The first, structured governance. Dynastic like Fatimids developed sophisticated administrative systems. The systems laid foundations for effective governance. And the second, Arabic language. Arabic language became the official language of administration and scholarship. It facilitated communication and spread knowledge across the region. The third, of tolerance. Islamic rule often protected non-Muslims through the jizya systems. This fostered coexistence and religious harmony. And the fourth, advancements in science. Al-Azhar University and Sankore were centers of learning. Scholars like Ibn Rushdi and Ibn Khaldun made significant contribution. The next part is development of science and architecture. The first, Fatimid scientific hub. Cairo, under the Fatimid dynasty, became a prominent scientific center. Expert is astronomy, like Ali ibn Yunus, and optics, such as Al-Hasan ibn al-Haytham, thrived here. And the last, architectural innovation. Islamic civilization influenced African architecture. Mosques and universities were built in a distinctive African Islamic style, reflecting culture fusion. The last part is conclusion. To conclude, the spread of Islam in Africa has had a profound impact in various areas of life, including religion, politics, economy, social, culture, and education. The beginning of the entry of Islam into Africa began with the migration of Muslims to Habasha, Ethiopia, to avoid persecution from the Quraysh in Mecca. Subsequently, Islam spread to North and West Africa through the active role of merchant, scholars, and Islamic kingdoms such as the Murabitun, Muwahhidun, Fatimid dynasty, and large kingdoms such as Mali and Songhai. Islamic civilization in Africa made significant contribution, including in an organized system of government, the use of Arabic as an official language and science, and the principle of interreligious tolerance. Advanced science were reflected in the establishment of prominent educational institutions such as Al-Azhar University in Egypt and Sankore University in Timbuktu, as well as the emergence of famous intellectuals such as Ibn Rushdi and Ibn Khaldun. However, the glory of Islam in Africa began to decline due to internal factors such as conflict and corruption, as well as external factors such as European invasion and change in trade routes. However, the legacy of Islamic civilization is still preserved in the culture and tradition of Africa people to this day. We can learn from the legacy, particularly regarding fair leadership and scientific development. The past offer guidance for future progress. Maybe that's all I can see. Sorry if there are any wrong words. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.